Oh, fuck. The intro ended really fast. Can you guys hear me? Oh my god. Oh, fuck. The intro ended really fast. I'm really not even prepared right now. I just, like, wanted to smoke real quick. And my hair is still, like, doing this thing. Oh well. Intro ended. What's up? So yeah, I've been away for a few days. Sorry about that. Had some family stuff to do, and I feel like I have something on my lip. Yeah. So drinking this thing. I don't really know what it is. It's well, I mean, I do know what it is. It's hard apple, I guess. Refreshingly crisp reds, I guess. What's this thing? All right, whatever. Cool. So I got some like hard apple juice going on. Very nice. Hey, smooth operator. Yeah, let's smoke. So yeah, my cat is lingering by the door when I have the door closed. He's like pawing at it, and then I open the door and he's just sitting there with the door open, and I have the air conditioner running, and it's like, fuck her. Anyway, How are you guys doing? How was everything? The RNC was fun. Did you guys check out the last day? So, yeah. Thank you, Jay. Good job being a mod. Yeah, please like, subscribe if you guys want to, you know, be part of the community. This community is pretty fun. We do a lot of fun little different streams. And today we are going over etiquette. We haven't done an etiquette stream in a while. Sometimes we do art history, and those are really fun as well. And yeah, we went over the RNC last time. Just whatever comes around, we'll do. We'll do the debates. I think I'm going to have people come on during the debates too. Rob, you're welcome to come on. I think Jack wants to come on. Yeah. So today we are starting the chapter on balls and dances. How fun! That's a fun chapter, especially for someone like me. Know what I mean? And I don't think we'll get through the whole chapter today, so there'll be a part 2. But we are going over the Emily Post book on etiquette. Yeah, I know Tiffany is going to be very upset about missing the stream on balls. Hopefully Tiffany gets in here soon. Miss good old Tiffany. Gotta be doing these regularly. That's why people don't know when to come in and don't know what they're missing. But, belch is real hard. Etiquette, eh? I don't know if you were belching or if you're talking about me belching. I definitely did just burp. I made burp because talking makes you burp because of all the air bubbles going in you. And then also, I'm drinking a carbonated beverage. So, yeah. So, balls are her specialty. Oh, okay, Marino. Anyway, so today we are going over part 1. I don't know how much we'll get through. We'll try to do as much as we can. Hopefully half of it so that we have a nice clean half for later. But, yeah, we will start off with a hostess prepared to give a ball. And under that, it's when a list is borrowed. Asking for an invitation to a ball. Invitations for strangers. Decorations. Ooh, I love that part. The ball beautiful. Okay. Supper. For a sit-down supper that is continuous. A dance. Details of preparation for a ball or dance. Love that. Etiquette in the ballroom. Love the hostess at the ball. Then we have Masquerade Vouchers. How fun. How to walk across a ballroom. That sounds like my freaking chapter. How to walk across a ballroom. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, I have something to smoke in my hand and I'm doing a pretend hand smoke. Like, do you see how retarded that is? Yes, that's right. Anyway, so how to walk across a ballroom. Distinction vanished with Cotillion. The Ordeal By Ballroom. Ushers. The dance program. The flock system of the wise fledglings. Okay. How do you walk across the ballroom like an Egyptian? That's right, Matthias. Put that baby out. Okay, cool. Rob says, Dear Martina, would you like to come to my party? There will be jelly and ice cream and party bags. Job done. Sounds like a party to me. It sounds like a very old school party back in the day. They had a lot of gelatin. We were talking about that. I don't know if you remember the aspic stuff that we went over, but yeah. I definitely did a lot of gelatin back in the day. And they said ice cream is part of a formal dinner. That is the dessert, is ice cream. Good afternoon. I hope everyone is well, says TJ. Thank you. Hey, nice to see the whole crew back in here. Oh, it's so nice. And that's right. Pissed. Fetchmeister says some balls are held for charity and some for fancy dress, but when they're held for pleasure, they're the balls that I like the best. Aw, that's so nice. Yeah, it's so true. It's accurate. It's accurate. Yeah. Oh no, Matthias is leaving, but he will return. Okay, okay, okay. We'll probably be here. Anyway, so where were we? We have Ushers. Okay. The flock system of the wise fledglings. I have no idea what that means. Maid goes with her. What makes a young girl at a ballroom success? What makes a young girl a ballroom success? I love that. Can't wait to get to that chapter. What makes a young girl a ballroom success? Ooh. Cutting in, sitting out dances, asking for a dance. A ball is not a dancing school. Novelties and innovations. Public balls, subscription dances and balls. How subscription dances are organized, number of invitations issued, and other forms of subscription dances. Patronesses receive? Okay, anyway. The Ball Beautiful, that's quite a title. I know, isn't it? Well, I don't know. I was also looking for some lovely ball pictures because I figure maybe my thumbnails aren't really getting the views. So I guess it always helps when you put a face up on there or a girl. So I was looking for some Lady Alchemy pictures or some Martina pictures of me at a ball or dressed in a ball gown. And I definitely know I have some somewhere. I couldn't find any last minute for the stream. Maybe for stream too. We'll see. But yeah, I definitely want to do some lovely ballroom pictures. This is what we got to bring back, guys. I think these little concepts are fun. Sometimes you may think it's a little formal and out of date, but sometimes these concepts are really cute, and I feel like we should think about them a little bit more. Yeah, exactly, Jay. For those kinds of reasons. He says, asking for a dance. I gotta learn that one because that was an awkward fuck asking girls to dance back when I was a teen. Yeah, bring balls back. That's right, BBV, Matthias. Alright, so let's get into it and find out where we are. Hold on a second. Where is it? Window capture, that's what I'm looking for. We have etiquette. Okay, so this is the next chapter, the debutante. Ooh, can't wait to get to that. Yes, let me back it up a little bit though. Ooh, balls and dances. Okay. Let me see if you guys can see everything. Maybe we'll do a little close-up right there. So a ball. Oop. So a ball is the only social function in America to which qualifying words as splendor and magnificence can, with proper modesty of expression, be applied. Even the most elaborate wedding is not quite a scene of splendor and magnificence, no matter how luxurious the decorations or how costly the dress of the bride and bridesmaids, because the majority of the wedding guests do not complete the picture. A dinner may be lavish, a dance may be beautiful, but a ball alone is prodigal, meaning, of course, a private ball of greatest importance. Okay. On rare occasions, a great ball is given in a private house. I love that. That sounds fabulous. But since few houses are big enough to provide dancing space for several hundred and sit-down supper space for a greater number still, besides smoking room, dressing room, and sitting about space, it would seem logical to describe a typical ball as taking place in the ballroom suite building for the purpose in nearly all hotels. Okay. Guys are still talking about the ball talk. Are you guys gonna laugh every time I talk about balls? Oh my god. Ridiculous. A hostess prepares to give a ball. God, now you're gonna make me think about it every time I say ball. The hostess who's not giving the ball in her own house goes... I can't stop thinking about balls now, guys. Fuck. Okay, the hostess who's not giving the ball in her own house goes, first of all, to see the manager of the hotel or whatever suite, suitable assembly room that there may be. And finds out which evenings are available. Then she telephones, probably from the manager's office, and engages the two best orchestras for whichever evening both the orchestras and the ballroom are at her disposal. Orchestra. Of the two, music is of more importance than rooms. With perfect music, the success of a ball is more than 3/4 assured. Without it, the most beautiful decorations and most delicious supper are as flat as fallen souffle. You cannot give a ball or dance that is anything but a dull promenade if you have dull music. Oh, see, that's such a great point because, yeah, a ball is about dancing and music, yeah, and that's the important part. And there's something that we talk about if you are a filmmaker or a YouTuber or anything like that. They say, and also I would agree as a stage performer, that the most important part is the music, actually, is the audio. Because you can make a video with shitty visuals but really good audio and it's still a good film. But if you have really amazing visuals but the audio is so bad that it's crackling and like you can barely make things out, it's basically an unviewable film, unviewable video. And same goes with a performance. I mean, there are times where I've performed and people are not aware of the audio situation and they don't think about that. They just think, oh, performer, you know, like just do a performance and yeah, we'll have the DJ play our music. They don't think about it. And the music is like quite dim. I can barely hear it. I can hear people talking more than I can hear the music. And then it just ends up a girl doing strange movements in front of you. But when you have really loud music, you can like do barely any movements and it's like drama, you know? Drama, as long as there's good music. So we have Mr. Purpose. Thank you so much. He's getting the ball rolling with the donations. And speaking of, it's time to show a little bit. Guys, this is really stressing me out. This is what I do for a living. So it would really, really help if you can donate if you can, you know. If you guys are doing better than I am at the moment, then, and you have a few bucks to give, thank you so much. Like people like Mr. Purpose for donating, because it really helps me just, you know, eat and pay rent and buy a beer every once in a while so I could stream with you guys, you know. I'm gonna save this drinking for our streams to have fun with that, because I don't really drink on my free time, and I just figured it was kind of fun last time, so let's have a little drink while we chat. And yeah, anyway, whatever, I'm just going on. So what are we doing? I'll keep it snowballing. Thank you. Let's get these balls rocking and rolling. Hail, Kami Mark. Hey, nice to see you in here. Okay, Mattia, see you later. We'll be here. Okay, let's just bring you back to the full screen so you can see where I'm at. So anyway, to illustrate the importance that prominent hostesses attach to music, a certain orchestra in New York today is forced to dash almost daily, not alone from party to party, but from city to city. Time and again, its leader has conducted the music at a noon wedding in Philadelphia, and a ball in Boston, or dancing team Providence, and a ball that evening in New York, because Boston, Providence, New York, and Philadelphia hostesses all at the present moment clamor for this one special orchestra. The men have a little more respite than the leader, since it is his leading that everyone insists upon. Tomorrow, another orchestra will probably make the daily tour of various cities' ballrooms. At balls, there must be two orchestras, so that each time one finishes playing, the other begins. Good note, guys. You hear that? At a ball, there are always two orchestras. Okay, or bands, what have yous, so that when one takes a break, another one is there to pick up the music. No stale air, dead air. At all balls, there must be 2 orchestras so that each time one finishes, the other one begins. At very dignified private balls, dancers should not stand in the middle of the floor and clap as they do in a dance hall or cabaret if the music ends. On the other hand, the music should not end. Okay, so you don't stand there and clap for them when they finish playing their music at a ball. That's their job. They do that, and you just, enjoy their music. And on the other hand, they shouldn't ever end their song, like, abruptly. It's always like, boom, more music. Having secured the music and engaged the ballrooms, reception rooms, dressing rooms, and smoking room, as well as the main restaurant after it is closed to the public, the hostess next makes out her list and orders and sends out her invitations. The fundamental difference between a ball and a dance is that people of all ages are asked to a ball, while only those of approximately one age are asked to a dance. Once in a while, a ball is given to which the hostess invites every person on her visiting list. Mr. and Mrs. Titherington de Poyster give one every season, which, although a credit to their intentions, is seldom a credit to their sense of beauty. Snobbish as it sounds, it is a brilliant ball. Snobbish as it sounds and is, a brilliant ball is necessarily a collection of brilliantly fashionable people. And the hostess who gathers in all the oddly assorted frumps on the outskirts of society cannot expect to achieve a very distinguished result. Okay, well, la-di-da. Oh, we have Dave Incognito. He also... I don't know why I'm not getting any gifts popping up right here. He said he gave $5. Thank you so much. I don't have bunches, but here's something. Thank you so much. It really all adds up. Thank you. Paid for the hard apple so far. Thank you. Well, not quite actually after YouTube's cut, but this way it's okay. Yeah, same thing. Oh, there it is. There it is. There's the gift.
Buy a good beer, not Schlitz.
Buy a good beer, not what? Buy a good beer, not Schlitz. Fuck Google too. Oh, thank you. There you go. Now I got the beer paid for. Thank you. Awesome. Schlitz. No stale balls. Dead air. Everyone is freaking out about balls. Now we have dark spawn. Did I just come inside here hearing about balls? I guess you just came inside, and yes, we are talking about balls. Okay. Where are we? So, ball invitations properly include all of the personal friends of the hostess, no matter what their age, and all their better-known social acquaintances, meaning everyone she would likely to invite to a formal dinner. She does not usually invite a lady with whom she may work on a charitable committee, even though she may know her well and like her. The question as to whether an outsider may be invited is not a matter of hostess's own inclination so much as a question whether the outsider would be agreeable to all the insiders who are coming. If the co-worker isn't everything a lady and a fitting ornament to society, the hostess might very possibly ask her. If the ball to be given is for a debutante, all the debutantes whose mothers are on the general visiting list are asked as well as all young dancing men in these same families. In other words, the children of all those whose names are on the general visiting list of a hostess are selected to receive invitations, but the parents on whose standing the daughters and sons are asked are rarely invited. Okay. So if it's for a debutante, if it's for a young lady, it's generally her like visiting list, her friends, and not really the parents. But if it's an adult and you are having a ball or a dance, a ball, you invite generally all your friends, no matter what their age. Dance is a little bit more like a debutante. Well, no, it's a ball, debutante ball. But dance is, yeah, it's like a school dance. When a list is borrowed, a lady who has a debutante daughter but who has not given any general parties for years or ever, and whose daughter, having been away at boarding school or abroad, has therefore very few acquaintances of her own, must necessarily, in sending out invitations to a ball, take the list of young girls and men from a friend or a member of her family. This, of course, could only be done by a hostess whose position is unquestioned. But having had no occasion to keep a young people's list, she has not the least idea who the young people of the moment are, and takes a shortcut as above. Otherwise, she would send invitations to children of 10 and spinsters of 40, trusting to their being of suitable age. Alright, so I guess you borrow someone's fucking invite list of like who's for like younger people. That's kind of cool, though. Anyway. Hey, Wise Guys Entertainment. Alright, streaming too? Damn, we're all streaming. Streaming. Okay, so to take a family or intimate friends list is also important to the unaccustomed hostess, because to leave out any of the younger set who belong in the group, which are included, is not the way to make a party a success. So to take a family's intimate friends list is also important to the unaccustomed hostess, because to leave out any of the younger set who belong in the group, which are included, is not the way to make a party a success. Those who don't find their friends go home or stay and are bored. Okay, yeah. And when the whole party sags, in consequence. So that if a hostess knows the parents personally of, let us say, 80% of a young society, she can quite properly include the 20%, 80-20 principle. She does not know, so that the 100%, why is this, like, the sentence structure is very strange. It's like periods. Am I, like, drunk and high and retarded? But is this, like, sentence structure very strange with these periods? There's, like, so that if a hostess knows the parents of, let us say, 80%. Okay. Period. And then there's no capitalization. Of young society, comma, she can quite properly include the 20%. And then they didn't capitalize. There's something going on with this. Do you guys see that? I mean, I'm not, like, retarded here. There's, like, something really weird going on with that. Yeah, it's definitely some typos. Esteban. Oh, okay. Didn't get the notification, but here he is. Thanks for coming. And Jay, am I drunk and high and retarded? Yes. Okay. Well, guys, I also always have updates. I just realized my arm is a little itchy. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck happened, but, like, I got bit by something. Do you see this? It's like fucking red. It itches. And it's starting to, like, pucker in the center. What is it? definitely a dot in the center. It's like oozing almost. Oh my god, it itches so bad. Holy fuck, it itches. Oh! I'm getting attacked by nature and I haven't left the city. Like, what the fuck? I mean, I've left this city, but I've been in nothing but cities. Oh my god, it itches so bad. Oh. Ah! Oh, it felt so good for a second. Holy shit. Oh my god, I want to scratch it so bad. Oh my god. Oh my god, I want to scratch it. Oh. What do I do? I want to just like burn it off. Just burn it. I'm too much of a pussy. I can't do it. I have a hot glue gun. Just poke it with my hot glue gun. I'll get this tip really hot. Oh, yeah. It's kind of hot. Okay. Get a little hot again. It helps. It helps. It helps. Is there anyone that isn't a mod here? Shut up, Rob. Oh, that heat kind of feels really good, though. Yeah. Yeah. What am I doing? I have a bug bite that's incredibly itchy. So I'm heating it up, trying to get, like, something to happen so it stops itching. It feels much better. Do not resort to bloodletting. I have no idea what it is. I'm really freaked out, though. You see that shit? It's like really big, too. Fuck. There's a little center. There's a center to it. It's like black in the center. Dude, I hope it's not like a spider or something crazy. One of these bug bites are bound to give me superpowers. I hope so. Or kill me. Okay, so this sentence, I don't know if I'm being retarded. It doesn't make sense. It stops and starts. So I'm going to just start back up over here. In a very great city, on the other hand, a habitual hostess does not ask her any of her... Okay, I'm skipping all that. Boom, skipping it. Okay, asking for an invitation to a ball. It is always permissible to ask a hostess if you may bring a dancing man who is a stranger to her. Oh, can I bring a dancing man? Fun. It is rather difficult to ask for an invitation for an extra girl, and still more difficult to ask for older people, because the hostess has no ground on which she can refuse without being rude. She can't say there is no room, since no dance is really limited, and least of all, a ball. Men who dance are always an asset. Men who dance are always an asset. Wow. That's something we learned here today. I think that's a good point. I might fucking tweet that shit. Let me see. So, it is rather difficult to ask for an invitation for an extra girl, and still more difficult to ask for older people because the hostess has no grounds for which she can refuse without being rude. She can't say there is no room, because there isn't really any limited space. Men who dance are always an asset, and the more the better. Okay, men who dance are always an asset, and the more the better, but a strange young girl hung around the neck of the hostess is about as welcome as a fog at a garden party. Okay. If the girl is to be brought and looked after by the lady asking for the invitation, who has herself been already invited, that is another matter, and the hostess cannot well object. Or if the younger girl is the fiancé of a man whose mother asked for the invitation, that is all right too, since he will undoubtedly come with her and see that she is not left alone. Invitations for older people are never asked for unless they are rather distinguished strangers and unquestionably suitable. Invitations are never asked for persons whom the hostess already knows, since if she had cared to invite them, she would have done so. It is, however, not at all out of the way for an intimate friend to remind her of someone who, in receiving no invitation, has more than likely been overlooked. If the omission was intentional, nothing need be said. If it was an oversight, the hostess is very glad to repair her forgetfulness. That's right, Stephen. I'm glad you're up. I was worried that I'm on a little bit too late for you. That's right. Nobody wants a slattern crashing the party. That's right. That's right. Hold on. I'm going to close my door. No one wants slattern crashing the party. Okay. Oh, we got Pablo in here. Hello, hello. Chair. Okay, yeah. Okay, so invitations for strangers. An invitation that has been asked for a stranger is sent direct and without comment. For instance, when the Great Lakes of Chicago came to New York for a few weeks, Mrs. Norman asked both Mrs. Worldly and Mrs. Gilding to send them invitations, one to a musical and the other to a ball. How lovely. Oh, what do we have
I would
here?
be honored to show you a good time on the dance floor, young lady.
Oh, indubitably. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Oh, I thank you, kind sir. I would be honored to show you a good time on the dance floor, young lady. Oh my god. Tips fedora. Curtsies. Okay, that's the girl version. We're gonna go curtsy. Okay, that's the equivalent to tips fedora. That's happening, okay? Slattern is a thing, and we're curtsying, ladies. Remember the whole, tip of the hat thing that we went over? It was in the beginning of this book. And there was, the hat lift. That's what you do, let's say if you, cross someone's path or kind of want to say, hello or type thing. It's kind of like the hat lift. Like a nod hat lift thing. I think that's so cute. Got a little curtsy. Thank you, thank you. Oh no, fedora tippers have entered the chat. Yeah, well. I kind of like those people, honestly. Alright, sorry. Getting back to it. Wait, so we have, for instance, when the Great Lakes of Chicago came to New York for a few weeks, Mrs. Norman asked both the Wardleys and Mrs. Gilding to send them invitations, one to a musical and the other to a ball. The Great Lakes received the invitations without Mrs. Norman's card enclosed or any other word of explanation, as it was taken for granted that Mrs. Norman would tell the Great Lakes that it was through her that the invitations were sent. The Great Lakes said, "Thank you very much for asking us," when they bid their hostess good night, and they also left their cards immediately on the Worldleys and Gildings after the parties. But it was also the duty of Mrs. Norman to thank both hostess verbally for sending the invitations. Okay. Cool. Decorations. Yay! So as far as good taste is concerned, the decorations for a ball cannot be too lavish or beautiful. This is the theme throughout this entire book, and people get wrong about etiquette and this kind of really posh shit like balls and dances and formal dinners and stuff. And they always think that it's over the top, kind of stuff that this is about, and it's not. You will notice the reoccurring theme is always not to be too garish. Being too garish is actually a bad taste and kind of shows your garishness. It's not good. It shows that you are not worldly. So anyway, to be okay, so far as good taste is so far as good taste is concerned, the decorations for a ball cannot be too lavish or beautiful. To be sure, they should not be lavish if one's purse is limited, but if one's purse is really limited, one should not give a ball at all. A small dance or a dancing tea would be more suitable. Okay. Know your limits, people. Know your limits. Just to repurpose the wrench after the people's name is a moderator, so they can help, like, they're helping moderate you guys in the chat while I talk and can't pay attention to you guys sometimes. So if there's a troll or like some fucked up shit going on, they can block or ban people or mute them or take care of things for me, because I tend to have a lot of haters for some reason. I know, surprise, that's strange. I don't know what the fuck I do to piss people off, but I have some haters, so sometimes I get flooded with trolls, and I got a bunch of mods that I trusted, and things have been pretty chill recently, though. Yeah. So, where are we? Decorations. So, if you don't have the money for a ball, don't be having a ball. Do, like, a smaller dance or something on a smaller scale. But, you know, don't get too crazy and extravagant with a ball. Like, the simpler the better. It's good. Ball decorations have on occasion been literally astounding. But as a rule, no elaboration is undertaken other than hanging greens and flowers over the edge of the gallery. And if there is a gallery, banking palms in corners and putting up sheaves of flowers or trailing vines whenever most effective. Okay, so like plants. Okay, bring the plants in. In any event, the hostess consults her florist, okay? But if the decorations are to be, and flowers are very expensive, so that makes sense. But if the decorations are to be very important, an architect or an artist is put in charge with a florist under him. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. Cool. What are you guys talking about? Pablo, are we talking about disco balls? No. But a disco sounds really fun too, guys. We should like maybe... This is why we need to do parties on the ride. Or just like in general. Just like do some fun parties. We can have like a disco party. I love the 70s theme with my glasses. And then we can do like all sorts of different events. Cheers, guys. I might have a cigarette. The wrench people are pretty old school too. My mods are like kind of, hey Optimus, what's up? They've been with me for a hot minute. I'm not sure when you guys started watching me. Oh, what's this? Oh, Stephen Forex. Oh, so glad. Glad you could make it. What time is it there? Beautiful ball. The ball beautiful. Now it makes sense why you guys like that one. The ball beautiful. Alright, just rolling a cigarette. A cigarette, everybody, okay? Don't freak out. It's a cigarette. See, it's just some tobacco. I'm actually transferring it because I like these papers better for cigarettes. Give it a little damn this GIF. I wonder if there's going to be the new GIF that comes up at all ever. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. If someone gets the right donation. We got a special new GIF happening. Okay. What is it? Where are we at? Ball decorations. Now I'm thinking about it in your guys' perspective, and you kept giggling about balls. Ball decorations. Okay, so I have ball decorations. So basically a lot of greenery, plants, florist, yeah. And then if you have more of an artist or designer, the florist goes under them. Okay, cool. So then we have the Ball Beautiful. The Ball Beautiful. Oh my god, you guys are ridiculous. Okay, so certain sounds, perfumes, places always bring associated pictures to mind. That's right. Restaurant suppers, Paris. I do love Paris. I do. Distinguished looking audiences. Ooh. London. The essence of charm and society. Rome. Beguiling and informal joyousness. San Francisco. Recklessness. Colorado Springs. Ooh, I like Colorado Springs too. The afternoon visit. Washington. I feel like I've been to all these places except Rome. Okay. The afternoon visit, Washington, hectic and splendid gaiety, New York, beautiful balls, Boston. Okay. Beautiful balls, Boston. Okay. There are 3 reasons, probably more, why the balls in Boston. Again, this was published in 1922, so I guess Boston held some great balls. There are 3 reasons, probably more, why the balls in Boston have what can be described only by the word quality. The word elegance, before it was misused out of existence, expressed it even better. Okay. Oh, really? You discovered me from Sheila Matias. That's interesting. First, Best Society in Boston, having kept its social walls intact, granting admission only to those of birth and breeding, has therefore preserved a quality of unmistaken cultivation. There are undoubtedly other cities, especially in the South, which have also kept their walls up and their traditions intact. Tradition. But Boston has also been the wise virgin as well, and has kept her lamp filled. Okay, well then. Second, Boston hostesses of position have never failed to demand of those who would remain on their list strict obedience to the tenets of ceremonial and dignified behavior, nor cease themselves to cultivate something of the grand manner that should be birthright of every thoroughbred lady and gentleman. Thoroughbred, that's also a good word. We should bring that. Talk about thoroughbred. Thoroughbred. Good word. Okay. Third, Boston's older ladies and gentlemen always dance at balls, and they neither rock around the floor nor take their dancing violently. And the fact that older ladies of distinction dance with dignity has an inevitable effect upon younger ones, so that at balls at least dancing has not degenerated into gymnastics or contortions. Okay. Nice. The extreme reverse of a smart Boston ball is one, no matter where, which has a room full of people who deport themselves abominably, who greet each other by waving their arms aloft, who dance like Apaches or jiggling music box figures, who scarcely suggest an assemblage of even decent, let alone well-bred people. That's right. Don't run and muck about like a fucking retard. Okay? This is well-bred people. And this goes for not just balls, but walking around the streets or doing anything. Don't be a goddamn one of those retard people that are like loud and obnoxious. Ugh, like sometimes people on the right think that they're like super trad, but then they like act like fucking idiots. Boston's big, beautiful, bodacious balls. That's right, Darkspawn. That's right. So then we have supper. A sit-down supper that is served. Hold on, we got a donation, and again, the pop-ups didn't come up, so I'm a bit disappointed. So I don't know what's going on with Streamlabs, but bitch has to get her shit together. Who was it? We have Dave Incognito. Hey, what's up, buddy? Nice to see you in here. He gave $5. He says, Rome is crowded and dirty. It does, however, have a higher than normal population of very attractive women. Very nice. Cool. I want to go there sometime. Very cool. So we have supper. A sit-down supper that is served continuously for 2 or 3 hours is the most elaborate ball supper. Next in importance is the sit-down supper at a set time. Third, the buffet supper, which is served at dances but not at balls. At the most fashionable New York balls, supper service begins at 1 and continues until 3, and people go when they feel like it. Okay, the restaurant is closed to the public at 1 o'clock. The entrance is then curtained or shut off from the rest of the hotel. The tables are decorated with flowers, and the supper service opened for the ball guests. Guests sit where they please, either making up a table or a man and his partner finding a place wherever there are 2 vacant chairs. At a private ball, guests do not pay for anything or sign supper checks or tip the waiter, since the restaurant is, for the time being, a private dining room of the host and hostess. At a sit-down supper at a set hour, the choice of menu is unlimited. But suppers are never as elaborate now as they used to be. Years ago, few balls were given without terrapin, and a supper without champagne was as unheard of. In fact, champagne was the heaviest item of expenditure always. Decoration might be very limited, but champagne was as essential as music. Cotillion favors were also an important item which no longer exists. What is that? Cotillion. Let me look this up for a second. Cotillion. So it's an 18th century French dance based on the contredanse. A formal ball, especially one at which debutantes are presented. Okay. The cotillion is a social dance popular in the 18th century Europe and America, originally for the couples in square formation. It was a courtly version of an English country dance, the forerunner of the quadrille, and in the United States, the square dance. Huh. Okay. Interesting. Rainbow the Trump supper. I am the worst tweeter ever. I make so many mistakes. I was trying to say Trump supporter and I put Trump supper. But it was like, so ridiculous. Okay, so cotillion favors were also an important item which no longer exists. Okay, so these are favors. So cotillion favors. I don't know. Let me look. Cotillion favors. I guess just little like gift things, like little gift little bags or boxes, things with like little candies, something very, very tiny, like not expensive in it. Okay. So, Cotillion papers were also an important item which no longer exists. They do now. And champagne has gone its way with nectar to the land of fable, so that if you eliminate elaborate decorations, ball giving is not half the expense it used to be. For a sit-down supper that is continuous. You have to remember this was, again, published in 1922. Things come and go. I mean, I've done events that were really big like that, and balls and dinners and stuff like that. There's definitely plenty of champagne and among other boozes. And the decorations just get more and more extravagant, and entertainment gets more and more extravagant. Ball giving is pretty cheap these days, to be honest. Oh, God. Ball giving. I just realized that I said ball giving because it's in the book. Ball giving is not half the expense it used to be. Zayd Comics, your birthday's tomorrow. Happy birthday. Oh, shit. What are you doing? Should make sure we give you a little tweet or something. We sit here thankful for a ball giving feast. Martina is regretting the stream. Okay. For a sit-down supper. By the way, Zayd, I don't know if you know, but I got your book, like, in some nice little thing. I know it's a little silly, but whatever. I don't have much space. I live in New York, so instead of piling books up on my desk where I can use desk space, I just figured it looks really cool, and I just love the cover. It's Pablo's cover drawing, and, you know, you guys are my buddies, and it's, like, freaking cool. I'll just use my wall space. I have giant walls. I live in an old, I don't know if it's an old building, but New York apartments have, like, really tall ceilings and windows, and just have a lot of walls and not much space, so putting everything on the wall, that's why I put my costume jewelry on the wall and everything. If I don't want to read it, I can read it, but put it on the wall for now. Balls and walls, that's right. From the window to the wall. And the sweat dropping down the balls. That was like when I was in college, that was the song that was at like house parties. That was the song. Yeah, I have some other stuff framed. It's really cool. My friend Frank gave me these vintage books. I think they're maybe romance books or something, but this one is I don't know if you could see it. It says marijuana. A cheap and evil girl sets a hopped up killer against a city. Marijuana. A cheap and evil girl sets a hopped up killer against a city. Okay. Cheap and evil girl. Marijuana. I gotta put it back on my wall. This is another one. It's, I'll get mine. She's like sitting on a street corner. She's like, I'll get mine. And, it's, she loved men, money, and marijuana. I'll get mine, cure it with honey. She loved men, money, and marijuana. I mean, it's not a bad combo. Not a bad combo. Cure it with honey? Fuck yeah. Alright, so what do we have? Oh, I'm gonna finish smoking this tobacco. How long have we been on for? Okay, an hour. An hour and 5 minutes. I may use the restroom and do a chair stream or a commercial. I don't know. to it. So what are we saying? So for a sit-down supper that is continuous, when the service of supper continues for several hours, it is necessary to select food that can be kept hot indefinitely without being spoiled. Birds or broiled chicken, which should be eaten at the moment they are cooked, are therefore unsuitable. Dishes prepared in sauce kept best, such as lobster Newburgh. Ooh, what is that? Guys, let's check that out for a second. I love the food section. I'm a fatty McFatty. A lobster Newburgh. There's Newburgh, New York, too. You know that? That's kind of cool. Let me see what lobster Newburgh is. So lobster Newburgh is an American seafood dish made from lobster, butter, cream, cognac, sherry, eggs, and cayenne pepper. I love cayenne pepper and butter and cognac. Fuck, that sounds so good. The dish was invented by Ben Wenberg, a sea captain in the fruit trade. He demonstrated the dish at Delmonico's restaurant in New York City to the manager, Charles Delmonico, 1876. Oh my god, cool. Hold on, let me look up pictures of it, but I have to go to Bing to show you. That sounds so good. I don't know if these are all. That looks like a lobster. Oh, that looks so good. Ooh, I have to make that. Ooh, I'm writing that down. Hold on. This one I'm writing down. I don't know. Yeah, that has cayenne pepper. I can tell. That looks like a lobster Newburgh. Okay, so 2 large egg yolks, beaten, heavy cream, butter, sherry, cognac, salt, cayenne pepper, nutmeg. That sounds so good. Oh my god. Oh my god. I like it. I'm into that. Okay, sorry. What else do they got? I may have to look it up. Okay, lobster. Whew. Dishes prepared in sauce kept best, such as lobster Newburgh, sweetbreads and mushrooms, chicken a la king. I have to look that up. I have to look it up. Sorry. Chicken a la king. I love food so much. Chicken a la king is a dish consisting of diced chicken in a cream sauce. I love cream sauce. And often with sherry, mushrooms, and vegetables served over rice, noodles, or bread. It was also often served in a vol event or pastry case. I'd eat it. I love creamy sauces. So we have sweetbreads and mushrooms, chicken a la king, or creamed oysters. Pâtés are satisfactory. I love pâté as... Hold on. As the shells can be heated in the moment and hot cream chicken or oysters poured in. Of course, all cold dishes and salads can stand in the pantry or on a buffet table all evening. The menu for supper at a ball is entirely a matter of the hostess's selection, but whether it is served at one time or continuously, the supper menu at an important ball includes bouillon or green turtle clear in cups, so like a soup, lobster a la Newburgh or terrapin or oyster pate, or another hot dish of shellfish or fowl. I want to try lobster Newburgh now. Oh, fuck. A second choice hot dish of some sort, squab, chicken, and peas if supper is served at a special hour, or croquettes and peas if continuous. Salad, which includes every variety known, with or without an aspic. Oh god, remember the aspics? The gelatin stuff. Individual ices, fancy cakes. Ooh, I love fancy cakes. Black coffee in little cups, of course. Coffee and cakes at the end of the night, yeah. Breakfast served at about 4 in the morning and consisting of scrambled eggs with sausages or bacon and breakfast coffee and rolls is an occasional custom at both dances and balls. What? There's always an enormous glass bowl of punch or orangeade, sometimes 2 or 3 bowls, each containing a different iced drink, in a room adjoining the ballroom. In a very cold climate, it is best thoughtful custom of some hostesses to have a hot cup of chocolate or bouillon offered each departing guest. This is an especially welcome attention to those that have a long drive home. Okay, cool. So, yeah, 4 in the morning. I know. I mean, I guess just stay up all night and fucking party. Breakfast is not needed. I mean, you could just stay and party all night, I guess. Balls and sticky cream sauce. That's right. I love cream sauce. Yeah. Sounds so good. Okay, so a dance. A dance is merely a ball on a smaller scale. Fewer people are asked to it, and it is usually, but not necessarily, simpler decorations. But the real difference is that invitations to balls always include older people, as many, if not more, than younger ones. I'll let that car just do its thing. Okay. Yeah, the real difference is that invitations to balls always include older people, as many, if not more, than younger ones, whereas invitations to a dance for a debutante, for instance, include none but very young girls, young men, and the merest handful of the hostess's most intimate friends. Supper may equally be a simple buffet or an elaborate sit-down one, depending upon the size and type of the house. Or a dance may equally as well a ball be given in the banquet or smaller room of a hotel, or in the assembly or ballroom of a club. A formal dance differs from an informal one merely in elaboration and in whether the majority of those present are strangers to one another. A really informal dance is one to which only those know one another those that know each other well are invited. Okay. Details of preparation for a ball or dance in a private house. That sounds quite awesome, to be fair. There's always an awning and a red carpet. Oh yeah, we've learned about that. I'm like really freaked out that I have more.
CHAIRSTREAM.
What? Chair stream. Thank you, CL Hubbard. I'm gonna have to chair stream soon because seriously, I gotta go. And thank you so much. You guys are like always so supportive. It really, really helps me out a lot. Oh God, it's always so stressful. Thank you. I'll let her laugh it out. I'll let her, my former version of me laugh it out. I do have lace gloves. I have crochet gloves. I have many different types of gloves. We support the chair and you. Thank you. Chair stream. Well, what do you guys think about these dances so far? Doesn't it sound lovely? Don't you guys think we should do some sort of dance or ball or evening or dinner party? Remember when we went over the dinner parties? Oh my god, it's just so much fun. Not for the novice to attempt a formal dinner. And then we have a smaller kind of dinner. Oh shit, we have the Mr. Gator. Hey, Gator thinks you're the best. Stay the best. That's an order. Oh, Gator, you're so kind to me. Thanks, man. Gator, you're always, always so good. Thank you, man. Fuck. Got hot
Gator
dog.
thinks you're the best. Stay the best. That's an order.
Gator is great. You guys should follow him. Vote for Gator. You can throw your Twitter in there if you want. Put your handle in there. Gator's always really supportive and cool guy. He's pretty artsy too. I don't know where Gator came from, but he just like popped out high energy. Good guy. It's a movie. Roller Gator is one of the best bad movies I've ever seen. What? Pablo, I'm not a party guy. Well, Pablo, you're coming to my dinner party, okay? We're having Rainbow and Jay and Matias and Seal Hubbard and all sorts of the crew, okay? We're having a crew. I can't express how thankful I am for the support, guys. It, like, really, really means a lot. Thanks, Gate. Thanks, Rainbow. I see kielbasa. It needs some white cream sauce. Oh, that's interesting. Because I have kielbasa that I make. It's actually on my YouTube video. I don't do it with a sauce, but that sounds interesting. I always like a white cream sauce. Oh god, I said that. Fuck. Alright, so where am I? A dance. Details of preparation for a ball or dance in a private house. That's where we're at. That's where we're at. Snowball. So there's always an awning and a red carpet down the steps. That was the same for the formal dinner. Or up, and a chauffeur to open carriage doors, and a policeman or detective to see that strangers do not walk uninvited into the house. If there is a great crush, there is a detective in the hall to investigate anyone who does not have himself announced to the hostess. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. All the necessary appurtenances such as awning, red carpet, coat hanging racks, ballroom chairs, as well as crockery, glass, napkins, waiters, and food are supplied by the hotels or caterers. Accepting in-house like the gildings, accepting in houses like gildings where footmen's liveries are kept purposefully. The caterers' men are never in footmen's liveries. Okay, the liveries are their outfits. Also, you need a detective in case there's a sudden murder mystery. That's so true, Greg. That's so true. A ball that also turns into a whodunit. That sounds fun. That's what I'm talking about. See? Doesn't it sound fun? Okay. Unless a house has a ballroom, the room selected for dancing must have all the furniture moved out of it, and if there are adjoining rooms and the dancing room is not especially big, it adds considerably to the floor space to put no chairs around it. Those who dance seldom sit around a ballroom anyway, and the more formal groupings of chairs in the hall or library is a better arrangement than a wainscot row or wallflower exposition grounds. The floor, it goes without saying, must be smooth, waxed, and no one should attempt to give a dance whose house is not big enough. This, I bet, would be much better than Knives Out. Yeah, I was really disappointed in Knives Out. Because, like, they made, like, the, like, right-wing guy, like, alt-righty, like, internet trolley, like, bad guy, like, evil Trump supporter. It was, like, so, like, they don't even do it in a, like, sneaky way anymore by, like, implying it. They just straight out do it. Like, I was watching a show. I love watching, like, teen things from, like, high school or whatever. And I was watching one where it was, like, the bitchy girl. Oh, God, it was so bad. This movie was about just this gay guy. And they made it seem like gays in high school in a random bump up town is, like, still getting, like, beat up like it's, like, 1950. And he's, like, getting beat up and, like, literally sent to the hospital. And that he's just, like, the one weird, like, freak, that was the name of the movie, freak gay guy who was just like so strange and like to dress all like non-gender specified, and it was like, who beats up gays? And like the school's like openly homophobic. I was like, that is not accepted in schools. I don't know what world these people are living in. And the one bitchy girl that was really nasty to the kid was like going off on this like MAGA type speech, and then she literally said, "Make America Great Again." The bitch bad chick, like homophobic chick, literally said "Make America Great Again" in the movie. I was like, you guys aren't even hiding it. You're just straight up making Trump supporters the bad guys. Like, okay, cool. That's what you're doing. Not even hiding it. Yeah. Anyway, so don't hold a ball in your house if it's not big enough. That's where we're at. So etiquette in the ballroom. New York's invitations are usually for 10 o'clock, but first guests do not appear before 10:30, and most people arrive at about 11 or after. The hostess, however, must be ready to receive on the stroke of the hour specified in her invitation, and the debutante or anyone at the ball may be given for must also be with her. It is not customary to put the debutante's name on the formal at-home invitation, and it is even occasionally omitted on invitations that request the pleasure of blank, so that the only way acquaintances can know the ball is even being given for the daughter is by seeing her standing beside her mother. So, here's an invitation. It says, you can see it here on the upper left-hand side of the screen. It says, Mr. and Mrs. Robert Gilding request the pleasure of blank. Name of the guest is written here. Company on Tuesday, the 27th of December at 10 o'clock at the Fitzcherry. Dancing. Remember at the bottom corner it says dancing, so that they know that there's going to be dancing. RSVP 23 East Laurel Street. Laurel? Wasn't that a whole thing? Was it Laurel and what? What was the other thing that people heard? Laurel and what? So the hostess never leaves her post wherever it is she is standing until she goes to supper. If at the Ritz in New York, the ballroom opens on a foyer and at the head of a stairway, the hostess always receives at this place. In a private house where guests go up in an elevator to the dressing rooms and then walk down to the ballroom floor, the hostess receives either at the floor of the stairway or just outside the ballroom. Yeah. So the hostess at a ball. Guests arriving are announced Remember, announcement of guest. So guests arriving are announced as at dinner or afternoon tea, right, as we've seen it in other chapters, the whole announcing thing. And after shaking hands with the hostess, they must pass on into the ballroom. It is not etiquette to linger beside the hostess for more than a moment, especially if later arrivals are being announced. A stranger ought never to go to the ball alone, as the hostess is powerless to look after any especial guest, her duty being to stand in one precise place and receive. A stranger who is a particular friend of the hostess would be looked after by the host, but a stranger who is invited through another guest should be looked after by that other. So yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, the hostess has to receive at a certain place. Don't linger around and bother her, because she has to receive other guests, not just you. And the hostess's duty is her guests, and if you are not a specific guest of her directly, the person kind of in charge of you is the other person that was invited. Makes sense. So a gentleman who has received an invitation through a friend is usually accompanied by the friend who presents him. Otherwise, when the butler announces him to the hostess, he bows and says, "Mrs. Norman asks you if I might come." And the hostess shakes hands and says, "How do you do? I'm very glad to see you." If other young men or young girls are standing near the hostess very likely introduces him. Otherwise, if he knows no one, he waits among the stags until his own particular sponsor appears. Sponsor? Okay. After supper, when she is no longer receiving, the hostess is free to talk to her friends and give her attention to the room full of young people who are actually in her charge. When her guests leave, she does not go back to where she received, but stands wherever she happens to be, shakes hands, and says good night. There is one occasion when it is better not to bid one's hostess good night, and that is if one finds her party dull and leaves again immediately. In this case, it is more polite to slip away so as to attract the least attention possible. But late in the evening, it is inexcusably ill-mannered not to find her and say good night and thank you. The duty of seeing that guests are looked after, and shy youths the duty of seeing that guests are looked after, that shy youths are presented to partners, that shyer girls are not left on the far wallflower outpost, that the dowagers are taken to supper, and that the elderly gentlemen are provided with good cigars in the smoking room, falls to the host and his son or son-in-law or any other near male member of the family. What are you guys laughing at? Doing it and doing it and doing it well. I have to pee so bad, so do you guys want chair stream or should I put something on real quick? Got another half hour to go. How you guys liking the ball? You want to go to a ball? Jay and Pablo are too much. They are something, I tell ya. So let me find something real quick. Just talk amongst yourselves real quick. Lady Alchemy. Oh god, there's so many options. Oop, nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Sorry, just don't mind me. Just chill. So let's see. Lady Alchemy comic promo. Let's do that one. Fuck it. See you guys in a minute. Oh, wait. Let me make sure it's looped. Okay, it's looped. Okay, I'll see you guys in a minute. Alright, you guys are back. You're back. You're here. You've been here. Okay. How did you like that? Did you like my trailer? It's pretty good. Pretty good, right? Chillin'. That was sick. Awesome. Thanks. DeGuan killed Jay in the ballroom with a knife to his back. Oh, fuck, man. You guys have a whole murder mystery planned out for our grand ballroom? Ball? Cool. You guys have a whole thing happening. Already. Ah, Mr. Purpose, did you miss the trailer? Oh, no, I'll play it again. I'd say I did it what it should do. Successful trailer. Cool. Okay, so we have Masquerade Vouchers. Vouchers or tickets of admission, like those sent with invitations to assembly or public balls, should be enclosed in invitations to a masquerade. It would be too easy otherwise for dishonest or other undesirable persons to gain admittance. If vouchers are not sent with the invitations, or better yet, mailed afterwards to all those who have accepted, it is necessary that the hostess receive her guests singly in a small private room and request each to unmask before her. Oh my god, Jay. Jay, now it's a masquerade. Now we got the masquerade theme happening to our imaginary ball with DeGuan. Holy shit, and our murder mystery. Oh god, how to... we don't want undesirables there, Jay, okay? So no Tenjun masks. That's the whole thing. So how to walk across a ballroom. I'm so excited to read about this. Good thing I went to the bathroom. Okay, so if you analyze the precepts laid down by etiquette, you will find that for each there is a perfectly good reason. Years ago, a lady never walked across the ballroom floor without the support of a gentleman's arm. Cute, which was much easier than walking alone across a very slippery surface in high-heeled slippers. When the late Ward McAllister classified New York society as having 400 people who were at ease in a ballroom, he indicated that the ballroom was the test of the best manners. Okay. He also said at a dinner after his book was published and the country had already made New York's 400 a theme for cartoons and jests among the 400 who were at ease, not more than 10 could gracefully cross a ballroom floor alone. If his ghost is haunting the ballrooms of our time, it is certain the number is still further reduced. The athletic young woman of today strides across the ballroom floor as if she were on the golf course. The happy-go-lucky one ambles, shoulders stooped, arms swinging, hips and a head in advance of chest. Others trot and shuffle, like make a rush for it. We all know who has those kinds of postures. Anyway. My doppelganger will haunt the ballroom. Okay. Anyway, so others make a rush for it. The young girl who could walk across the room with the consummate grace of Mrs. Oldname, who as a girl of 18 was once of Mr. McAllister's 10, would have to be very assiduously sought for. Okay, so a young girl, very young girl that can walk across a ballroom alone is very sought for. How does Mrs. Oldname walk? One might answer by describing how... One might answer by describing how Pavlova dances. Her body is perfectly balanced, Balanced, she holds herself straight, and yet in nothing suggests a ramrod. Team Ramrod. She takes steps of medium length and, like all people who move and dance well, walks from the hip, not the knee. On no account does she swing her arms, nor does she rest her hand on her hip, nor when walking does she wave her hands about in gesticulation. Someone asked her if she had ever been taught to cross the ballroom floor. As a matter of fact, she had. Her grandmother, who was a top lofty, that makes sense, made all her grandchildren walk daily across the polished floor with sandbags on their heads, and the old lady directed the drill herself. No shuffling of feet, no stamping either, no waggling of hips, no swinging of arms, and not a shoulder stooped. Furthermore, they were taught to enter a room and to sit for an indefinite period in self-effacing silence while their elders were talking. Oh my god, see, this is why we need this etiquette. This is why we need this etiquette. Like, do you hear this stuff about how one should act? And this is what, like, even the right doesn't understand. They think being, like, a degenerate, like, fucking obnoxious twat is, like, edgy. It's not. If you think you're conservative, man, what about this? How about being able to sit for an indefinite period in self-effacing silence while elders are talking. Respect for elders a little bit. Older gentlemen still give their arms to older ladies in all promenading at a ball, since the custom of a timeline are not broken by one short and modern generation. Those of today walk side by side, except in going down to supper when supper is at a set hour. At public balls, when there is a grand march, ladies take gentlemen's arms. Yeah. Wait, what did you screen grab? Jay, what did you screen grab? Now I have to go into the Discord. Fuck. Okay, you didn't post it in Discord yet. Alright. Oh, fuck. Public balls. Okay. Yeah, public balls, there's a grand march. Ladies take gentlemen's arms. Distinction vanished with Cotillion. The glittering display of tinsel satin favors that used to be the featured and gayest decoration of every ballroom is gone. The Cotillion leader, his hands full of seat checks, his manners a cross between those of Lord Chesterfield and a traffic policeman, is gone, and much of the distinction that used to be the characteristic of a ballroom is gone with the Cotillion. There is no question that a cotillion was prettier to look at than a mob scene of dancers crowding each other for very few inches of progress. So remember we were talking about the cotillion when I looked it up earlier. I think they were talking about some sort of favors, but now I think they're talking about the actual dance. So remember, it's one of those old school dances that I remember seeing like in those like European like films from the 18th century, and they're doing their like little square dancing ballroom dance thing, and they go, and they're just like doing their dance thing. And I guess we got our square dancing from that too. Oh, fuck, Jay says, look at the Discord. Oh my god. I look like shit today. It's so funny. Okay. You have so many of those saved. I don't know how you do it, dude. Oh god. Okay, so we're talking about the cotillion dance, I guess. The reason why cotillions were conducive to good manners was that people were on exhibition, where now they are unnoticed components of a general crowd. When only a sixth at most of those in the room danced while others had nothing to do but watch them, it was only natural that those on exhibition should dance as well as they possibly could, and since their walking across the room and asking others to dance by offering a favor was also watched, grace of deportment and correct manners were not likely to deteriorate either. So, oh my god, that's so lovely. So they're talking about this specific dance that I guess everyone kind of knew. I think this is what's happening, the Cotillion. And it was like something on being display, and people would watch those doing the performance, and they would also watch people ask others to dance, and I think that's quite lovely. I mean, just think about that. What do we do now? Just go to a bar and watch people hit on each other? Like, Okay, so the cotillion was detested and finally banned by the majority who wanted to dance ceaselessly throughout the evening, but it was of particular advantage to the very young girl who did not know many men, as well as to what might be called the helpless type. That would be me. Each young girl, if she had a partner, had placed where she belonged and where she sat throughout the evening. And since no couple could dance together than a few moments allowed by the figure, there was no chance of anyone being stuck, so that the average girl had a better chance of being asked to dance than now, when, without programs and without cotillions, there is nothing to relieve the permanency of a young man's attachment to an unknown girl once he asked her to dance. Oh my god, this sounds so lovely. That sounds so lovely. Are you guys following what's happening here? Or are you in your own worlds over there? So, yeah. Derek Spawn says, we go to a bar and beat the living shit out of each other and it's fun. Yeah, I know. This is such a lovely thing. I mean, it's always very difficult to figure out how to meet people, how to meet men or women, and this is sort of in practice of being able to go to a ball and meet new people, because you didn't just sit in your corner with your friends and not talk to anyone else. It was customary to do a dance and ask other people, not stick to the same group for too long, not to stick to the same partner for too long, and that's kind of nice. I think that's really lovely. So instead of So instead of being easier, it would seem that time makes it increasingly difficult for any but distinct successes to survive the ordeal by ballroom. Years ago, a debutante was supposed to flutter into society in the shadow of Mama's protecting amplitude. Today, she is packed off by herself with nothing to relieve her dependence upon whoever may come near her. To liken a charming young girl in the prettiest of frocks to a spider is not very courteous, and yet the role of a spider is what she is forced by the exigencies of ballroom etiquette to play. She must catch a fly, meaning a trousered companion, so as not to be left in placarded disgrace. Like placate, placarded disgrace. And having caught him, she must hang on to him until another takes his place. Oh my. My. There should be drastic revision of ballroom customs. There is a desperate need of what in local dancing classes was called the dump, where without rudeness a gentleman could leave a lady as soon as they finished dancing. The dump. Alright, we did our dance. Bye. There used to be a chaperone into whose care a young girl could be committed. There used to be the dance card or program, still in vogue at public balls, that allotted a certain dance to a certain gentleman and lady equally. There used to be the cotillion, which, while cruel at the least, committed its acts of cruelty with merciful dispatch. When the cotillion began, the girl who had no partner went home. She had to. Now, once she has acquired a companion, she has planted beside her until another takes his place. It is this fact that no other which is responsible for the dread that the average girl feels in facing the ordeal of a ballroom. And for the discourteous unconcern shown by dancing men who under other conditions would be friendly. Sad. The situation of a young girl left cruelly alone draws its own picture, but the reason for the callous and ill-mannered behavior of the average dancing man may perhaps need a word of explanation. For instance, Jim Smartlington, when he was a senior at college, came down to the Top Lofties ball on purpose to see Mary Smith. Very early before Mary arrived, he saw a Miss Blank, a girl he had met at dinner in Providence, standing at the entrance of the room. Following a casual impulse of friendliness, he asked her to dance. She danced badly. No one cut in, and they danced and danced, sat down and danced again. Mary arrived. Jim walked Miss Blank near the stag line and introduced several men who bowed and slid out of sight with the dexterity of eels who recognized a hook. From 10:30 until supper at 1:30, Jim was planted. He was then forced to tell her he had a partner for supper and left her at the door of the dressing room. There was no other place to leave her. He felt like a brute and a cad, even though he had waited nearly 3 hours before being able to speak to the girl he had come purposefully to see. There really is something to be said on the man's side, especially on that one who has to get up early in the morning and who only intending to see one or two particular friends and then go home is forced because of an impulse of courtesy not only to spend an endless and exhausting evening, but to be utterly unfit for his work next day. One is equally sorry for the girl, but in the example above, her stupid handling of the situation not only spoiled one well-intentioned man's evening, but completely finished herself as so far as her future chances for success were concerned. Not alone her partner, but every brother stag who stood by the doorway mentally placarded her keep off. It is suicidal for a girl to make any man spend an entire evening with her. If at the end of the two dances there is no intimate friend she can signal to or an older lady she can insist on being left with, she should go home. And if the same thing happens several times, she should not go to balls. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Okay. For the reasons given above, there is little that a hostess or host can do unless a promise of release is held, and that in itself is a deplorable situation, a humiliation that no young girl's name should be submitted to, and yet there it is. It is only necessary for a hostess to say, "I want to introduce you to Charming," and she is already speaking to the air. Boston hostesses solve the problem for a young girl's success in a ballroom in a way unknown in New York by having ushers. Okay, so ushers. Did we all catch that? What just happened there? I'm not sure if you guys caught that, and I have to go to the bathroom again. Should we do share stream, or you want to should I put the commercial back on so that people that missed it can see it? Yeah, ushers. So each hostess chooses from among the best known young men. Okay, so each hostess chooses from among the best known young men in society who have perfect address and tact a number to act as ushers. They are distinguished by white boutonnieres, like those worn by ushers at a wedding, and they are deputy hosts. It is their duty to see that wallflowers are not left decorating the seats in a ballroom, and it is also their duty to relieve a partner who has too long planted beside the same rosebud. The ushers themselves have little chance to follow their own inclinations, and unless the honor of being chosen by a prominent hostess has the same measure of compensation, the appointment, since it may not be refused, is a doubtful pleasure. An usher has the right to introduce anyone to anyone without knowing either principal personally and without asking any lady's permission. He may also ask a lady if he has a moment to himself to dance with him, whether he has ever met her or not, and can he can also leave her promptly, because any stag called upon by an usher must dance. The usher is in turn must release every stag he calls upon by substituting another, and the second by a third, and so on. In order to make a ball go, meaning to keep everyone dancing, the usher have on occasions to spend the entire evening in relief work. At a ball where there are ushers, a girl standing or sitting alone would at once be rescued by one of them, and a rotation of partners presented to her. If she is hopeless, meaning neither pretty nor attractive nor a good dancer, even the ushers are in time forced to relieve her partners and take her to a doger friend of the hostess, besides whom she will be obliged to sit until she learns that she must seek her popularity otherwhere than at balls. Bitch, you should just not go to a ball, because, like, you can't even get a dance. On the other hand, on an occasion where none of her friends happen to be present, the greatest belle of the year can spend an equally deadly evening. Okay. I have to go to the bathroom, so I'm putting that commercial back on. Be right back. Let me find it. Alright, be right back. Damn it, my roommate's in the bathroom. Fuck. Alright, well, it's almost 2 hours anyway. I got a few more minutes, so I'll just hold it. And then we'll end the stream. But, you know, if you guys are enjoying this stuff and you have a few bucks to spare, it really helps me out. It adds to my survival, so thank you very much. You can always go to this link that I have up here. It's streamlabs.com/Martina Markota TV. Or you could always do the super chat. That always helps. But Streamlabs really helps me out a lot because I get the money right away and they don't take a cut from it. So try to do that. But yeah, maybe I'll just like chill with you guys for a few minutes and then end. Or I can read another like thing. But yeah, we're at the dance program. The flock system of the wise fledglings. Oh my, I wonder what that's about. Anyway. Don't end the stream. Oh, why? You guys are chilling? You guys are having fun? Alright, well, maybe I'll have a smoke. I gotta pee so bad. I can't even read. I have to be so bad I can't even read. Maybe I'll smoke a little bit. What have I been doing? You mean the past few days? I was visiting a family member. A long-lost family member. It's family stuff. You know. The fledglings. Have to go to the bathroom so bad. Dude, Mountie House, are you serious? You don't even know. I thought I've been doing really well because I've been on stream for 2 hours and I only went on to the bathroom once. I usually go every half hour. Like, I have a serious bathroom problem. Like, whenever I leave the house, I have to, like, think about, and people around me get used to, like, figuring out, like, the bathroom situation. And I just don't understand. Like, I think I have bladder cancer or something. I don't know. But, like, I have a serious, like, bathroom issue. Frequency issue is what I call it. I have a frequency issue. And I'm really freaked out that I have bladder cancer. Fuck, I can't believe you noticed that. I thought I did really well. It was only like, I only went once so far. This is my second time, 2 hours. And I mean, I drank a few of these, so I think this does not. When I drink coffee and when I drink alcohol, does not help. Does not help. Nope. And I generally drink coffee every day, which is a diuretic. I've been really freaked out about it, like, for years, actually. Like, it's a problem. I leave the house and I have to, like, think about it. and like plan for a bathroom issue and like really make sure that I try to go as much as possible if I'm gonna be in the subway for like an hour or something. It's really bad. Go get checked. I don't know the doctors. I guess I'll get checked when I get pregnant. Like, it'll just happen all at once, right? But then what? If I have cancer, then what? Then I have to like pick between my kid and my life? Like, is that what happens? Fuck. I mean, it's been happening for years, and I have family members that are in the medical field, and they've gotten me antibiotics just in case I have a bladder infection, and I take it, and I mean, it's just always there. And if I have like a bladder infection that's been going on for this many years, then it can kill you. It's really dangerous. It's like no joke. Yeah, for men, Manny, yeah. For men, it's prostate. So when I look it up, the first thing that happens is prostate. Yeah, that's right. But obviously I don't have prostate, so I was like, well, what's the problem with me? And it could be bladder cancer. I mean, they say bladder infection, but like I took fucking antibiotics. Like I tried everything, I feel like. But I don't know, when I drink coffee or alcohol, it like, it's really bad. And I mean, I go quite often anyway, but like this is why I try not to drink, and then it's like I'm dehydrated probably. Never use Google as a diagnosis tool. Yeah, that's what I do, and it freaks me out. Basically, I have cancer all the time. No, it's okay, Matias. It's interesting that you noticed, because it's a serious issue for me, and it's something that people around me come to realize that I have a frequency issue, and it becomes embarrassing. There are times that I'm embarrassed at the frequency. And I mean, when I was visiting a family member, we were at the park, and I kept going to the bathroom in the same like bar, because that was like the only thing that was around. The bathroom was closed. That I like decided to look elsewhere and try to find other restaurants, and you know, they don't want to like let you just strangers go to the bathroom. And then I like tip them, and it's like I'd rather like tip and change my location, because I'm so embarrassed by the same location, seeing them going to the bathroom so often. Could be diabetes. I don't know. Oh, I have to go so bad. Look up interstitial cystitis and see if you have any of the symptoms. Okay. I'll screen count that. You're gonna like diagnose me here. Got like diagnosis stream happening. Fuck, I have to go so bad. It's not happening. Blood in your pee is a sign of bladder cancer. Okay, well, I don't have that, but I mean, I am also a woman, so the blood does come out of those places, but not not when it's not supposed to, so I'm good. I'm good with that. That's a good sign. You will wait for me. Okay. Don't worry, people just think you're on coke. Yeah, that's my other worry, is that I go to the bathroom so often. I worry that people think I'm on coke, because I go to the bathroom all the time. A common cause of the condition is neurological. Yeah, I read in an article recently, because I was looking it up because I was really stressed out about it. And it said how complicated the whole peeing thing was, and there's a lot of things going on with your brain about it, and the different triggers and responses that it has. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. Because sometimes, and I know that people will say this is an infection, but it's not an infection. It doesn't hurt, nothing. And I'm taking antibiotics, so it just pee a lot, and just sometimes it's not really a lot that comes out, but the urge is really, really intense, and that could be a neurological issue. So maybe I hope I don't have a brain tumor. Maybe pressing up on something, constantly giving me a bladder trigger response. Does anyone else have a history of it? No, but to be fair, I smoke tobacco, and they say women that smoke tobacco could have a bladder cancer issue. So I don't know anyone else in my family that's a female that smokes. I don't know. It's not like I smoked for that long, just a few years, and I'm not gonna continue to smoke because I'm gonna have kids. So I don't know. I don't feel like it'd be that big of a deal. I don't know. This became a medical stream. I know. Alright, I heard a door, so let me see the door. Alright, I'll be right back. Hey guys, alright, I'm back. That was a nice, healthy one. That was a good one. I feel really good about that. So, what do we got going on here? This became a medical stream. The worst conditions care more symptoms than just the urge to go. Okay. I mean, it's really the only issue I have. It's nothing else wrong with me. People need to super chat their diagnosis. It's a good idea. Do you have chronic pains of the bladder? No, only when the frequency is so much I feel like it's exhausted. Like I can feel the muscle exhausted in there. That's about it. It's not pains, it's just like tiredness. Let's talk about the balls. Yeah. Is it lupus? I don't think so. I have no pain. Thanks, and you like the coloring, Matias. Yeah. My coloring is very shocking and abrupt. I really like this colorist. I like that he's strange and weird. I like it. Fatigue? Yes, I have a lot of fatigue. I'm always tired. Always tired. And I was worried about it being... Remember how I got bit by ticks this summer? I was like being sucked on by ticks all fucking summer. Hey, Comet! Hey! You wanna join me? Come here. Hey, buddy. Aw, he's a good kitty. He's a good kitty. He doesn't like being picked up. Okay. I love you. Okay, yeah. Maybe it's neurological. Yeah. Alright, guys. I don't know, it's been 2 hours. Should I keep reading? Like, what do you, like, I'm just gonna go? I'm just gonna get out of here. Unless you wanna keep me on, but that might take some convincing, you know what I mean? Wink, wink. Okay, it's been going on for a while. It's probably not bladder cancer if I don't have pain. Well, I feel good about that. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Oh, Robert said, I had the same problem. Fatigue, frequent urge to go to the bathroom, and then I quit coffee. Very nice. Very nice. That's good. That's good. No, it's not painful. Nothing's painful. No pains. That's why I was like, it's not an infection. It doesn't feel like an infection. It's just, I just gotta go all the time. Comet, what are you doing? Little buddy? What are you doing? Okay. Wow. I don't have anything else. I'm good. I'm out of here, guys. Let's do this tomorrow. We'll wrap up with part 2 tomorrow, and then we'll get back into art stream. I also have a friend that I'm meeting up with tomorrow who's probably going to give me a book, and he says that would be great for streaming, so can't wait to share that with you guys. So, yeah. See you around. Bye.